Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Ace Attorney trilogy, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. I have never played any of these games before. All I know is that you're an attorney and that it is incredibly popular. I've been wanting to play it for a very, very long time, and the time has finally come. I asked you guys in a poll whether or not you wanted to see me play it on the channel, and it was overwhelmingly in favour of yes. So I'm looking forward to this. This is, as I said, the Phoenix Wright trilogy, so there's 3 games. There's lots more Ace Attorney games as well, which we'll probably play at some point. For now, let's just jump in. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and we've got Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations as well. This is the first one, so we will be jumping in. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Okay, so it's like episodic, cool. Play the first turnabout, yes. I literally don't know what is going to happen, but I'm excited, because I've heard really, really good things about these games. Blood. A statue. Okay. Oh my god, someone's had their head smacked in by a statue. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Who's that? I'll make it look like he did it. Alright, so framing somebody to get away with it. August the 3rd, 9:47 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. And we're in. Alright, Phoenix, this is us. Boy, am I nervous. So we can hit tab for the court record. I'm not sure what that does. Let's hit that. Attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defence attorney if I didn't carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death 7:31, 4 PM to 5 PM. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Okay, so this is our inventory. Mia Fey, Larry Butts, Cindy Stone. Okay, so Mia is the chief attorney at Fey & Co., my boss, and a very good defence attorney. Larry Butts is the defendant in this case, a likeable guy who has been my friend since grade school, so he's the guy that it's been pinned on then. Cindy Stone, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Alright, so there's evidence as well. Oh no, this, okay, so these are the profiles, this is the evidence. Can we have a look at this? We can't, okay. So we can't open that up, this is nothing basically. Alright, boy am I nervous. Right! Oh, hiya Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Okay, so we're like a newbie attorney, so this is like a first ever proper case, I'm guessing. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. The visuals are great, by the way. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favour. A favour? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Is that allowed? I don't know. Legal experts in the comments, let me know. I'm not sure that's allowed. Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. Yeah, that definitely seems like a conflict of interest. Ethically not okay, I don't think. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, sounds like he wants to die. I think he's being dramatic. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty, tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Okay, so some sort of relationship between the victim and him there. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? We saw the guy. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. I don't know what that little, like, chime was there. I don't know if that means we've unlocked something or whether it's just sound effect. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Okay, so we're going to get like a little bit of a recap here. A young woman was killed in her apartment. I like that you can open up this thing, like, whenever you want to. That's quite cool. So it's like something you can just access at any point. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, so they were in a relationship. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying. When something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Okay, August the 3rd, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 2. Alright, we're actually in court now. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. So I don't know if there's if we have to find evidence and present evidence. I'm really not sure how this works. So I'm hoping there's going to be some sort of tutorial for what we need to do. I don't know if you can fail or get game overs, or whether you can screw up and get multiple endings. I don't know. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honour. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honour. He's not impressed. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honour. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Oh, so is this how it works? It's us! Alright, Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honour. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. Alright, so we do need to be checking out the court record, but actually it seems like we can check it out mid-questions. So we can actually have a look. Who's this now? Winston Payne. Oh, the prosecutor for this case lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. So you can open this up to refer to it, it seems, when we get asked something. So Cindy Stone is the victim. I actually knew that, but... It's wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Yeah, I'm starting to question whether we're up to this. You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. I love the humour in this, it's really good. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Okay, yeah, so cinder block. It's Cindy Stone, and you can actually access it here, actually where you've got to answer, so that's quite cool. So yeah, this is a bit of a tutorial, isn't it? Which is nice. It is Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object, right? Let's just check it because I'm paranoid now. Yeah, blunt trauma. Hit with a blunt object. So I don't know if these games are difficult or whether the answers are pretty simple, whether it's just the tutorial answers are simple. I don't know. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honour. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honour. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Okay, statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the thinker is rather heavy. I mean, we saw it with the blood on, right? Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. We can do it. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Well, Larry seems like the type of person who might do that so far. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Don't say anything stupid, Larry. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. God. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. That doesn't look good for him, does it? What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honour, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay, passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th of July, the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Okay. Daddies? Sugar? This is good. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took the money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I wait and see what happens, stop him from answering? I mean, she's suggesting that we should definitely stop him, so... My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? Shut up, Nick. Serious? Not Nick. That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, dude, you're making this really bad for yourself. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Heh. Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly, stop him from answering. I mean... I honestly don't... Hang on, let's consult this. A statue in the shape of the thinker. The victim's passport. Have we got anything else on the profiles? Should we let him... I mean, I feel like that is like an important point. Let's stop him. Let's see what happens if we stop him again. I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Yeah, so I don't know if there's... well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh dear. Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honour. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sarwit to the stand. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's him! He's the murderer! Mr. Sarwit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes! Mr. Sarwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Witness's account. Okay. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 PM. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Oh dear. So the actual murderer's basically framing him in court. Lovely. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honour, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honour. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sarwit used was one of those. Your Honour, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Okay, blackout record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon until 6 PM on the day of the crime. That's convenient, isn't it? Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honour. Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Okay, we can do that. Cross-examination. Witness's account. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment, so we've got to contradict this. But I tell you what, guys, we are out of time, so we will do this in the next episode. I am really enjoying this so far. It's very, very good. I'm hooked on it. The humour and everything is fantastic. The storytelling, the art, everything about this is absolutely brilliant. And I can tell I'm going to have a fantastic time playing this. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Tony Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Barry Aldridge, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadin, Paulione, Fossy the Sheep, JohnCom555, Chrissy, and Paul James, and I'll see you next time.